Hello and welcome, my name is Chris from Pixel Splash Website Design and you're watching our video tutorial series on how to edit basic content in your WordPress site. Now in this episode we're going to look at the footer, how you can edit the footer and how you can move things around, how you can change the text and links and all those sorts of things. And you might be asking, well, what is a footer, Chris? And let me tell you, okay? So if you look to the screens here, we've got the Pixel Splash website. Right down the bottom we have the footer. Now most websites have a footer. A footer is basically a section of content that stays the same for every single page on the website and is usually used for navigation basically. It's like a menu but at the bottom of the website. And we have what's called the footer, and most modern websites now have something called the socket as well, which is the area below the footer. And the socket is designed to, well, it can be used for a number of different things, but usually to show copyright information. So it's slightly separate from the footer, but we'll look at both, the footer and the socket. And so we've got 4 columns here and you can put whatever you want in those columns, and let's look how you edit them. So all you do is you go into your dashboard and you go down to Appearances, Widgets. Okay, now it's not obviously not immediately obvious that is where you change the footer, but that's what you do. So if you click that, it will take you to this page over here, which I've just opened up for you just to make it easier. And we've got our widget areas over here on the right, and on the left we have content that you can place in those widget areas. And so we have footer column 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now you may have varying numbers of columns. That's okay. I'll show you how you can change the number of columns in just a minute. But let's just work with this 4 column layout for the moment. Each of these columns has a block in them, and these blocks are from here. They're available. It's just a text block. This is a text block. This is a custom menu block. And this is a text block as well. So let's open up this text block in the first column and see what it is. Well, this is the text that's in here, which is reflected down here. So there's a heading called social media, and let's grab that. Let's see that. There's the heading there. So you can just change that to whatever you like. There's some generic text in here. Follow us on Facebook to see what we're up to. That's the text here. And then there's a little image here, which is a link. Now this one's a little bit more technical. You can see there's some custom code written here that creates that image and links it. But if you just had the text there, that's fine as well. But let's say you did want to link to something in your footer. Well, you can do it, and I'll show you how you do it now. This is a little bit more technical, but if you want to learn this. If not, just skip ahead. You need to create some HTML. And so you go open Stargate bracket thing, I can't remember what they call them. And then you do href equals, and then I open bracket, and then the name of the website. Remember, if you're going anywhere outside of your website, you need to put http : / and we go www. whatever the website is, facebook.com, and then we're going to close the quotation marks and close that. Now that's the start of the link, okay? And then we write whatever text we want to be the actual link. So let's say Facebook is the Facebook site, and then we go open these up again, and we / a close it. So this is the start of the link, and then this is the content that will be the link, and then this closes the link. And so if you click that and you save that, over here, that will be reflected. If I just reset that, oh, let's refresh that. Oh, it's not refreshing because of caching issues. But basically, you'll see those changes reflected. Let's go back and put the other stuff in there though. But you can just have text if you want. And so in our second column we have Pixel Splash, and we have our address, and you can see here's a link, and it's a telephone link, but there's our actual telephone text, and there's another link here, and there's the text there, which is reflected here. Again, the reason why these look so complicated are because they're links. If they were just straight text, all you would see would be this. It would look really simple. It would look like just this, just like regular text. That would look exactly the same as this currently is, but without the links. And so then there's a menu here. So how does that work? Well, with the menu, we go over here to the column 3 and it's a menu element. And so that's over here, so it's a custom menu, and you just simply grab the block, drag it in, and you give it a title. So the title here is menu, which is here, but you can call it whatever. You got my custom menu, you can call it wherever you want. So let's call it my custom menu. And then you simply select your menu. Now, if you don't understand menus or you haven't learnt about menus, then watch the previous video on how you can create and edit and make menus. And if you've saved your menu in that section, you should be able to access it here. Click that, click save, and then it will make the menu for you with whatever pages are in it. And then we've got, again, just a design by, there's a link here to the Pixel Splash website. You can see there it's that same HTML, Ahref, and the website. Super simple and easy. There's lots of other little elements here that you can play with, and all you have to do is, if you want a Facebook like, if you want latest news, if you want recent comments, a search bar, you can put whatever you want. You just grab it and you just drag it in and click save, and those changes will be reflected. Now I'm going to get rid of these just so those changes aren't reflected there. And that's footers. And so I mentioned before that you can change the number of columns, and how you do that is you click on this enfold child over here, and this changes the global properties of your theme that you're working in. And so when you open that up, it should open up these, and you're really going to be careful messing around here, because you can make some really big changes really quickly for your website. So if you're not really comfortable with this kind of stuff, then probably it's best to steer clear. But if you do want to have a little bit of double, then you can have some fun in here and give some stuff a try. But here are all our different items that we want to change. We want to change our footer. So you click on the footer and you can change like the number of columns with a maximum of 5. We've currently got 4 selected. You can choose if you want to display the footer on every single page or only the socket, which is what we talked about before, this thing here, and that will change it for every single page. And this is the socket here. This is just a text box, so you can write whatever you want in here. Hi socket, and if you write hi socket and choose to save those changes, then hi socket will be written down there. And so that's how you change the socket. And so that's the basics on how you can edit and change your footer and your socket in your WordPress site. See you later.